So in the last video, we took a look at how purl knitting produces floats with our strands of yarn at the back of our work. So let's take a look at how we create floats. So I'm using 2 straight needles, knitting flat, and I've done a sample of stocking stitch. So I've done 1 row of knit, 1 row of purl, and now I've come to the point in the pattern where it's asked me to introduce a new colour and knit 5 stitches in the new colour. So we take our new colour yarn over the right hand needle, hold both of the yarns and knit, and now we do a twist at the back just to butt that working yarn up tight to our needle. And now I'm going to knit the 5 red stitches that the pattern has told us to knit. And now the next colour in our design is the yellow stitch. So if I take that across and knit a stitch, now you can see where we knitted our last yellow stitch here, and then the next yellow stitch here with these 5 red stitches in between, we're left with quite a long strand here. So when you're knitting purl, you are left with an awful lot of these strands, as I showed you in the previous video. So ideally, we want to catch this yarn and bring it closer to where we will be knitting the next stitch in that colour, a float. Now, some people will do a float after 4 stitches. Some people will do a float after 3 stitches. I personally prefer, where do I need to be? There we go. I personally prefer to do that after 3 stitches because I'm quite a tight knitter. If you're quite a loose knitter, you'll probably be okay with doing it after 4 stitches. So let me take my knitting back so that I've only got 4 stitches. So 3 stitches. So now I want to bring this yellow yarn closer to where I'm going to be knitting with this colour again. So to do that, we do the twist the same as we did when we joined the yarn. So we take the yellow yarn and twist with the red yarn, and then we can go back to knitting with the red yarn. So now we've brought this yarn closer to where we're going to knit a stitch in that colour. And there you can see we've created a smaller float, which means we're going to have more give in our finished item. If we kept it as the long strand, eventually our work would have got pulled in tighter and tighter.